was about freaking time, I tell you. Oh, the translation was so weak, so late this way. And did it have to be just today when I'm feeling, well, sorry. Let's just say I may have realized I've done a huge mistake that I cannot undo. And that mistake is actually hurting my heart a little bit. But that's not an interesting story. What is interesting is that we get more and more questions, and more we do not get answers. I do not like that in a shonen manga, because even though we bite us on the nails, we at the same time want to know what awaits us now. But what is clear is we asked ourselves, is this arc really already over? Well, it may have been, but it turns out the Diamond Kingdom really do have an ace in the hole. And those generals that were defeated by the Golden Dawn were sacrificial pawns, all for the sake of that. Hi, for those who are watching, it's me, the angry anime fan, the despair reviewer, to bring you Black Clover chapter 7-9. It starts with Jami asking once again Vengeance if he can take off his mask. Vengeance wonders is that because he thinks he's the leader of the terrorist groups. And Yami confirms it. Because, well, the reason for this is because even though he knows that light magic and Yggdrasil magic are different, he feels their body frames and their voice, which means probably if this ever becomes a real anime, maybe Lich and Vengeance will have the same voice actor. And apparently their key is just the same. But at the same time, he knows that he has known Vengeance for 10 years, apparently, which means that he may have become captain at that time. And he feels the same thing from Vengeance. So Vengeance takes off his mask, and we see a picture of Vengeance at last. But it's not a picture of Lich, although I still cannot really deny that it looks very similar to him. He even has eyelashes the same as Lich has. And so Vengeance begins to tell us his story. Apparently the scar, which is by the way covering here, looks similar to a burn scar, but according to him it's something he was born with. A cursed scar, so to speak. Not even magic can heal that. And he was a bastard child of a nobleman, and been forced to take in after the heir died, and his stepmother makes life hell for him. But the one who gave him light, or at least hope in these situations, that was none other than Sir Julius. I gotta say, I like Sir Julius very much. Not only because, well, he is quirky. As of yet, his quirkiness about his magic otaku moments haven't been annoying. But also because, even though he may sometimes seem strict, Sir Julius is a kind of goofy guy that never really looks at someone's status and just says you're awesome. It's true, he looks at the magic, but he even is fascinated with Aster, even though Aster has no magic because of his anti-magic sword, and he gave him a chance. Moreover, he was fascinated with Yami's dark magic, and even though he was a foreigner. So for Sir Julius, it doesn't matter where you come from. When you fascinate him, and everybody should have a chance in life. That's what he believes. So it was Sir Julius that gave him the mask, which apparently Vengeance thought was pretty lame, but he has been so moved by that at the time, so he has worn it ever since. Although Yame still smokes cigarettes, he at the same time wonders, has he heard this story before? And the question is, have we heard this story before? Because even though Vengeance's face just looks just like Lisht, and the fact that it's and I mean it's still not a magic from that scar, nor is it a magic made by an illusion spell, and his key is telling the truth. So are we saying that Vengeance really is not a double agent? If you're thinking about it, I don't think it is Lich. I think it is Liar the Faithless. Think about it. Liar had a perfect imitation illusion magic. If Vengeance really was him, it would make sense. In fact, even his hair and the scar on his chest looks similar. But I don't think it's him. If he has the same voice as Licht, then that doesn't make sense. But why do Vengeance and Licht have the same body frame and voice? If it was Liar the Faithless, maybe he's modeling after his friend. It wouldn't surprise me, but if maybe, or maybe, just maybe, they are distant related. Who knows? But for now, they are buried with that. Elsewhere, as they leave, as the Black Bull leave the Golden Dawn, Finn Rangils still mocks the slum rats, of course. Well, because he is just that kind of character. He even mocks the dream that Juno and Aster has about becoming this Sorcerer Emperor. It's pretty cool to see that double page of them. I mean, they both have a pet, the Sylphilith and the Nero. Of course, Rangels still don't believe that slum rats can become Sorcerer Emperor, so yeah, he's pretty insufferable. But then Juno answers with a pretty good backslash. I mean, Juno is a quite stoic guy, but this time he really had a good one-liner. My first step is to become the captain of the Golden Dawn. So me, the vice captain, isn't even in your line of sight. That was badass. He doesn't even consider Rangel's competition. Normally he never answers the mockery that all these nobles give him, but that was one of the first time he did it. But as I said at the beginning of this chapter, we turns out that the generals that all were hyped up were actually sacrificial pawns, outdated according to the Diamond Kingdom. And yeah, we see a picture of Diamond Kingdom. I don't know why I saw some Asian influence in it, but it seems to be a mountain-like village near mines, appropriately enough. And Lotus is talking to someone we do not know it is, but saying that the outdated generals did their work. We, the mage warriors, will be taking the front stage now. And who are they? Well, they seem to all be these experiment general, no, children. And yes, Mars has finally, or Marth, whatever his name was, has finally returned. It was about time. And well, yeah, every single one of these guys looks kind of creepy. I mean, we have the first black guy, although he is not exactly creepy. I can swear I've seen him before. I don't know where though. We have a fat guy who has, well, either that is a target or that's a mirror on his belly. We have someone who is in the shadows. We have Marth or Mars, and then we have a smile freak, although his smile is pretty creepy. They all seem to wear either black or pink fur mantles. That's the problem usually when you're reading in black and white. You cannot tell when something is so dark colored, if it's pink or if it's black. It doesn't matter. So yeah, what is happening now? We thought this arc was over, but maybe this is a hint it's always started. Now they have the inside information about the Golden Dawn, which probably means that, yeah, the Golden Dawns are gonna get wrecked. But sorry, just talking here and my heart hurts even more. But that's not something we should bother in a review. What I'm trying to end here is by saying, who is Vengeance really? If his story is now completely true, why does he look like Licht? Is he really a distant ancestor? I mean, it would explain why he has Yggdrasil magic and such a powerful light or whatever. But these new generals, I could only count, what was it, 5 and 6 if we count that mysterious guy that was talking to Lutus. But according to the title, Diamond's new 8 generals, so I guess this is not the only one of them. The battle has only started, and Rangils, well, it only took 2 chapters to completely hate that guy. But it would be good if Aster could recover his wounds now. Give me your thoughts if you have any.